Simply Ming is made possible with support from Contessa, All-Clad, Breitling, and Ocean Spray.
Hey, this is Ming Tsai from Simply Ming. Today I want to talk to you about celeriac, also called celery root. I discovered it when I was training in France, and they make some great dishes. I'm going to do a hot and a cold dish using it. The first one I'm going to do is start my shrimp cooking, because I'm going to make a hot celeriac shrimp salad. So I have some small baby shrimp here. I'm going to get this cooking. All right, so we'll have these moved around. All right, so as that's cooking, I'm going to show you how you can actually break down. And by the way, this is the root. This goes underground, and the stalk of the celery does not grow from this plant, although the flavor of this is very similar. It's in the same family as the celery we know growing up. You really need a knife to peel it. You see how gnarly this is? It's not inedible. It just, there's like mud and little rough parts in it. So a knife is the best way to take off this rough skin. A peeler, you would have a much harder time doing that. All right, so you do lose, 15, 20%, but that's okay because it is a tuber and it is very affordable, kind of like potatoes are. All right, so really clean off your board once you clean it up. And to do a julienne, I like to just take thin slices of it, and then you stack these slices. All right, stack these slices up. And if you happen to have a mandolin, if you have a fancy kitchen, the mandolin works great as well. And just stack it up and do really thin julienne. And now this can be eaten raw. It's delicious raw, and we're going to make a celeriac remoulade from it. We're also going to make this hot shrimp dish. All right, so with this shrimp here, this is basically cooked. Looks pretty darn close. I'm going to go ahead and add a handful of this celeriac. I'm going to add a little bit of tomatoes, some chopped tomatoes, a little bit of scallions, and then any vinaigrette will work. Here we have a 5-herb vinaigrette, and I'm going to add this. So this is really the main flavor component of this, and this is going to be a hot salad. How good does that look? A little salt and pepper. Now this is good to go. And what we're going to do with this, because again, the celeriac is fantastic raw, so I just want to heat it through it. I don't want to get it wilty. And now this can go on top of a bowl of greens. All right, so this great bowl of greens. And now we have this beautiful hot salad that you can just plate up and serve this. And by the way, if you don't do shrimp, slices of chicken breast would work. If you're vegetarian, mushrooms would work. Now, how good is that? Now, let me show you what also I did in France growing up. I used to work at a place called Fauchon, and it was basically celeriac with a Dijon mustard mayonnaise. Here we have some mayonnaise and some Dijon mustard. Mix those two together, add your celeriac to that, and now this you can do and let sit for at least 20 minutes or so. And this is kind of like, I guess, the French version of coleslaw. And what I used to do when I worked at Fauchon is I would actually take this stuff, and believe it or not, and I think the French chefs thought I was crazy, I would make a sandwich from it. And all I would do is take some of the celeriac remoulade, put it between a baguette or bread like this, and that would be my lunch on the fly. So 2 great things to do with celeriac, incredibly simple and tasty. And as always, peace and good eating.
Simply Ming is made possible with support from Contessa, All-Clad, Breitling, and Ocean Spray.
Watch Simply Ming on your public television station.